Hypnolab.ai, the next generation in dynamic and customizable hypnosis and meditation scripts and content.
Hi, Shane here from Hypnolab.ai, and to bring more awareness to fibromyalgia, we have brought in some fibromyalgia treatments into Hypnolab.ai, which is going to be a really useful thing for anyone who wants to create content, audio, video to really support people that are going through fibromyalgia right now. So I wanted to create this video and show you how easy it is to create a fibromyalgia hypnosis or guided meditation script. So when you go to the full scripts component or page in Hypnolab, it's not in the free scripts. So you do need to be a full member of Hypnolab. You click on full scripts and then there'll be a button here for fibromyalgia. And so what we'll do is we'll click that. Now what that does, it will change the treatments down here, and we've got all the different fibromyalgia styles of treatments that we'll look at in a moment. But let's kind of set up the rest of the script for now. So we'll choose an intro, and what I want to do is create a rapid hypnosis script that will turn into an audio program for anyone that is going through fibromyalgia, and then I'll put it up on YouTube for people to get access to free. Knowing that I think it's World Fibromyalgia Awareness Day is coming up. So I really want to make sure that these sorts of resources are accessible to people that are suffering right now and in pain. All right, so let's do we'll just go with a basic breathe in, breathe out. This tells us it goes to 24 seconds. I'm happy with that. Then we can choose a relaxation induction. This, again, what you would do after you use this a few times is learn which ones you like, which ones you don't like. You might have like a set of go-tos that you keep using time and time again, and then maybe occasionally mix it up. For now, what we'll do is we'll do the golden universal energy. I like that one. It's kind of makes you feel more connected to the earth and the universe. So we'll go with that. So we've got 42 seconds for that component. We'll do what sort of scene do we want people to be at. For now, again, I'll just kind of keep this favorite magical place. It's very generic and allows people to place their own meaning on it. So it's it's used a lot of generalized language. So we'll keep that one there. Actually, no, we'll go with connection with the universe because we've kind of kept that theme. Now, what we can see at the side here is this is showing us the actual script being built. So we can always, if we choose something, we can just quickly make sure there's a good transition from, travels back down over your entire body as you breathe in and out, breathing in and down to your toes, back into the center of the earth. And you might be able to see this clearly. You just know that it's happening, making you feel more relaxed, connecting you and your unconscious mind with the energy of the universe. So it sort of transitions fairly well there around this energy and then into the universe. So we'll keep that one. And then we're going to deepen up. And so because we're using energy, I know it kind of really pairs well with these 5 energy waves. So we'll select that one as well. That goes for about 1.5 minutes there. So roughly, we've probably got about 4 minutes worth of kind of the setup so far. And now we're into the treatment style. So what this shows us, and it's slightly off center at the moment, and this is still in development, and you'll notice some really big changes coming in the next week or two. But we've got a script that roughly goes for about 8 minutes. And so what we can do is we can kind of change this. So there's suggestions that are currently loaded into this. Are fairly long suggestions. It goes for roughly 4 minutes. Let's go with some rapid one. And so we'll pull that out. And it's just quite short and punchy. It still is going to help people get some sort of result with fibromyalgia, may even take them into complete comfort. What we can do, and here's like a bit of I guess a more advanced way of using Hypnolab, the script generator, is what we can do is we go, okay, well, these are a set of suggestions here. So I can pull them out and copy, and I can go down here, which is direct suggestions. This is a prompt that allows you to enter in your own suggestions. We don't need to do that because we're using the one that's already generated here. So what I can do is I can do Command A or Control A, highlight all of that, and then paste in the treatment from above. And so I've pasted in from above, and you'll see over here, here's the old version of that direct suggestion, just the prompts. If I click away from it, it'll automatically update it. So I've actually taken the treatment version and entered it into the direct suggestions. Now you can see it's just doubled up here. It says, that's the suggestions there, and that's the suggestions there. But what I can now do is I can go back and I can change this to something else and you'll see that the direct suggestions will stay as the suggestions that was originally from the treatment section. And we can now kind of build it a little bit better, or a little bit with a bit more experience involved. So what we'll do is we'll choose a rapid metaphor, because again, I want to try and keep this under 10 minutes, make it really punchy for people. I know that people are super busy, and trying to get people to listen to a 20-minute or a half-an-hour program can be a challenge for some people to fit into their life. But if it's under 10 minutes, it's going to be more accessible to them. So we'll select the whiteboard. Great. And so we've got the whiteboard treatment there. And so that's a metaphor where people put their problems and their challenges up on the whiteboard and they wipe it away, and it kind of gives them this metaphoric device of transforming their life somewhat. Great, so we've got that part there. Now what we can do, we've got 7 minutes, so it's still well under a 10-minute program. What we can do the same thing. So I'm going to copy that treatment, that metaphor, which was the whiteboard. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste it into the future paste. Now, again, the future paste is just some prompts to get you to fill it out so your client sees themselves in the future. Maybe I don't want to make this a future paste focused program. So not yet anyway, and you can have different styles. What I want to do is we'll take this one up here and we'll paste it down here. And again, if we click away, you can see that future paste is now turned into that whiteboard metaphor. So we've got that whiteboard metaphor there. So we now know we've got sort of 8.5 minutes worth of a script. So now what I can do is I can change this to something else. And now these will say long. Now there's different lengths to long. Some are 10 minutes, some are 5 minutes, some are 3 minutes. So what we'll do is we'll play around, and this will tell us roughly how long each one goes for. The whiteboard is kind of just wiping things away. What I'd like to do is try and bring in maybe like a control panel. Let's see. So the control panel is quite a lengthy one. So as you can see, it goes for 6 minutes. So that just bumped it over 10 minutes. So we won't go with that one. What we'll do instead is let's do the bridge to growth. Sort of 11 minutes. Okay, slightly over. Is there anything that's a little bit shorter? And I'm just looking for something. It's going to give them just a slightly different experience. Okay, that's 12 minutes. Oh, there we go. The hairdresser one. What else we got? Okay, the cooling. Might go the cooling winds one, because that's a little bit more focused on pain and focused on discomfort and to give them into comfort. I think that works really well with fibromyalgia, because that's one of the main challenges around fibromyalgia. And so what we now have is roughly like a 10.5 minute hypnosis script or guided meditation script. And we've used sort of the different place markers. So now direct suggestions is direct suggestions, but we didn't create it. We created it from the hypno script, the part that's already been generated. And future pace is no longer future pace. It's the whiteboard metaphor that we've kind of put in there. So now what we have is, whilst these headlines here may be relevant or may not be relevant, this one is no longer a future pace. It's just a place marker for now. It's actually another metaphor. So we now have a hypnosis script that addresses fibromyalgia, that goes from an intro into relaxation, setting the scene, their favorite natural place, goes through a deepener of these energetic waves that take them deeper into that state. And then we go into the treatment. Now, this treatment is the cool blue gel that heals them and rejuvenates them and gives them more comfort to various areas of their body. Then have some direct suggestions that go in there, and then finishes up with a whiteboard metaphor as well, and then counting them out. And so now we have this completely customized hypnosis script or guided meditation script that we can now create into a audio program or a video, depending on what we want to create. Or if we really want to, we could deliver it to a client. The next thing we will do is we'll hit the save as PDF. And what will now happen is it spits it out onto the hard drive as a PDF. And if you don't like PDFs and you actually want it into a Word document, or what you can do is just highlight the entire right side of the screen, copy that, open up a Word document, paste it into the Word document. It's done. It's now all yours to customize however you want. Now, because I know each of these scripting components, of course, you still want to read through everything, make sure you understand the flow of it, make sure it does truly fit the way you thought it was going to fit. Most of them do. It's rare that you'll choose something that doesn't quite fit. unless you're going from something completely different of, you're in a natural environment, all of a sudden you're in an office, you might need to kind of just soften the transition points a little bit, but generally speaking, probably 9 out of 10 times, it'll just be seamless, it'll be smooth, and the Hypnolab.ai will just do most of the work for you. So in the next part, what I'm going to do is now go and record this. Usually it's probably going to take me about sort of 15 minutes, record it, probably another 10 minutes or so to master it and just tweak it, make sure there's no pops or plosives, or make sure that the sound is really smooth. And then from there, it's probably another 10 minutes or so to then put it into a video. And from that, within about half an hour, we're going to have a script, we're going to have an audio program, and we're going to have an audio program that is also on video on YouTube. It's accessible to anyone around the world in time for Fibromyalgia Awareness Day, which is, I think, May the 12th this year. So I wanted to share this with you and show you just how easy it is to use Hypnolab, and to inspire you that if you want to create more hypnotic content, whether it be videos, audios, or even scripts, Hypnolab is the next generation in being able to create that content super fast, super easy. And that's to be honest, it's a lot of fun as well, just to be able to sort of customize things however you need and just produce huge amount of content. So that's it from me. I'll speak to you again real soon.